Hello student. In last lecture we talking about the nomenclature and nomenclature system which invented in last century in 18th and 19th century. So basically this International Code of Zoological Nomenclature gives the scientific name to each organism because we can identify by them common name and their scientific name because these common names create a great problem to recognize them because different side of country different languages having the different name of same animal, and this make us confused to recognize them in different area. So that scientists apply a system to give a them name which is known as biological nomenclature system. So in this lecture we talking about the what is meant by the biological nomenclature system and their types of system. So basically, in last lecture we talking about the what is meant by nomenclature. So nomenclature is the naming system of living organism with a distinctive name, or we can say that the system of naming of plants, animals, and other group of plants and animals. Because scientific name are the language of taxonomists. So when a taxonomist identify or describe the natural group of animal or plant, he give appropriate scientific name to that group or to that organism. Mostly the organism having two kinds of name, that is common or vernacular name, and second one that is scientific name. Common name create a great problem to recognize them because different part of language, different part of country or different language having the different name of same animal. For in last lecture we talking about the goraya, which is a sparrow. So this sparrow having the different name in different countries, but this is the same animal or this is the same bird which we talk about, but they having the different name in their local area. So that scientists have to give a scientific name so that it is universal, having the stability and uniqueness. So this name can be identified for their classification. So basically this common name create a problem for identification of organism, but scientific name help the taxonomists to identify them by their scientific name. So basically, to endure some scientific name stand for one particular kind of animal everywhere is the only name of that organism. The taxonomist must be seen following. So first of all, the name chosen for an animal has not been already given to some other animal or plants. And the animals or plant have been described in such a detail that another taxonomist can be determined from the description. So what exactly the kind of animal to which name has been given. And lastly, the name or plant has been the place in the system of classification establishing the relationship. Mostly this nomenclature having the three types of system, that is mononomial nomenclature, binomial nomenclature, and trinomial nomenclature. So let's see the what is meant by the monomial nomenclature. So the mononomial nomenclature is a system of assigning a name of the word to an organism is called as mononomial nomenclature. So, for writing the name of taxa or supra-specific group, this nomenclature used for the writing the name of family, phylum, or classes. So, this mononomial nomenclature is used for the writing the name of organisms, phylum, family, or taxa. So, this is just knowing the what kind of taxa they having organism having. So secondly, that is most important biological system of the history, that is mononomial nomenclature. This system assigning a name of two words to an organism which is called as binomial nomenclature. So this is most widely used system of the nomenclature throughout the world, and the system of assigning a name of two words of an organism which is called as binomial nomenclature. This system of assigning a name of two words to an organism is called as binomial nomenclature. So this system of writing scientific name was adopted or popularized by Swedish botanist that is Carolus Linnaeus in his book that is Systema Naturae. So Carolus Linnaeus is who is known as the father of system that is systematics, because the Linnaeus visited many European countries and made careful observation on the plants and animals, and he published his scheme of classification in his famous book that is Systema Naturae in 1753. The 10th edition of this book was published in 1758, and the 1st January of the year marks the beginning of the constant application of the what is known as the binomial system of nomenclature. And this system, which is introduced the principle of naming an organism by two words, was the first proposed by the Linnaeus and is universally followed today. So this work of Linnaeus become a foundation of systematic, so that he is known as the father of systematics. So in this system, each organism is provided with two names, also known as bioname. So the first word of name refers to the genus name, and second word refers to species name. The genus name begin with a capital letter and species name begin with a small letter. Both the name must be Latin and written in italics. So sometimes also the name taxonomies follow the scientific name in full or abbreviated form. So let's see some examples of this binomial nomenclature. So first example, that is Canis falericis. The name of dog, that is Canis falericis. The first name Canis is genus name and second name falericis is species name. So this is the binomial nomenclature where the two name is given, that is one is genus name and second one is species name. So let's see the second example of binomial nomenclature, that is the lion, in which the name of taxonomist is also included beside the scientific name. The scientific name of lion is Panthera leo. Sorry, the scientific name of lion is Panthera leo linnaeus. So this Panthera is the genus name, Leo is the species name, and Linnaeus is the taxonomist who studied it. So even the Linnaeus changed his real name Carl von Linné as a binomial nomenclature of Carolus Linnaeus. So International Code of Zoological Nomenclature in 1895, the Third International Congress of Zoology appointed a committee to draw up the international rules of the zoological nomenclature, and these were adopted by the Fifth International Congress of the Zoology in 1901 as the International Code of Zoological Nomenclature. These codes establish a permanent international commission of the zoological nomenclature that is vested with the power of interrupted, amended, or suspended provision of the code. So, this Congress or the Zoological Nomenclature Congress is establish the rules for the nomenclature of scientific nomenclature of the organism. So, last example of this system, that is trinomial nomenclature. So this system of nomenclature is employed to name the subspecies. In classification, the subspecies is category below the species, and the subspecies name is also Latin and Latinized word and follow the name of species to which it belongs. So basically, this system of nomenclature is the extension of binomial nomenclature, and this system permits the designation of subspecies with the three-worded name called as trinomial. So for certain organisms which have the subspecies is written after the name of genus, that is generic name, and species name, that is specific name. And these subspecies occur in different region and have different characteristic. The system of writing name of three word is known as trinomial nomenclature. So let's see some example. So basically, in a specific name of house crow which occur throughout the India, Pakistan, Myanmar, Sri Lanka is Corvus splendens. The house crow of India and Pakistan, Myanmar, Sri Lanka differ with each other in minute morphological features and are thus separated as distinct subspecies. So this is the first example of Indian crow or Indian house crow. The Indian and Pakistani house crow has been assigned the subspecies name that is Corvus splendens. So this is the Indian house crow having the biological name that is Corvus splendens. So next example that is which having the subspecific name that is Corvus splendens incolens. Basically, these species are found in the Burma, which is house crow of Myanmarian and Burma region. So another example that is Corvus splendens portugatis. It is the Sri Lankan house crows. So these are the subspecies of Corvus splendens. So these having the just some minute morphology due to some minute morphological changes, they have to give the name differently in a trinomial nomenclature. That is the three name. That is first one is generic name, second one is species name, and third one is a subspecific name. So the location and the some minute changes in morphology change the organism from one species to another species. Basically, the full scientific name of subspecies is therefore the trinomial name consists the three name and the name of genus, species, and subspecies itself. So that is for today. So in today's lecture, we talking about the system of nomenclature. That is first one that is binomial nomenclature and second one is trinomial nomenclature. In binomial nomenclature, scientists give the name to organism in generic and species name, where in trinomial scientists give three word name, that is first one is generic name, second one is specific species name, and third one is subspecies name. So this system is implemented for the identification of organism by their scientific name. So that is for today. Thank you.